Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 4 Blind. Today is the day the school was founded, and since this is the day the school opened, we don't have to go to school. How in the world does that make sense? But oh well, I need to investigate the town. I need to find out who the actual killer is, since Nanatame has confessed that he didn't do it. And we actually believe him, so not going to high school, it's closed. I can't get in. So to the shopping district. To the shopping district! Whoa, whoa! What do you mean I can't sing? I can sing beautifully. What do you know, lady?
Huh? Can I help you?
About those murders.
The incident last spring? Did something happen? Oh, that's right. It was a pretty big deal, wasn't it? I'd almost completely forgotten about that. Wow, I must be getting old, huh?
You are no help, lady. What about you? Female student, Yosuke's chatting you up, but I'm going to ask you.
What are you talking about?
You explained about the incident.
Did all that happen just last spring? Wow, it seems like so long ago, haha. Who's gonna remember something from that far back anyway?
You are worthless. Yosuke, you're worthless too, I bet. I can't imagine actually getting anything from the other people investigating. They would have already told me.
This fog has got to be some kind of biological weapon. It's a conspiracy. You know who I heard it was? Yunez. Yeah, that's right, Yunez. The country of Yunez is staging an all-out attack on Inaba.
You are a crazy person. Just saying. You know anything you can kill? I really doubt it.
Information about what happened before we entered the TV world? You know, about that first murder, I wonder why it happened.
Yeah, I'm doing that. You're not helping. I tried talking to this old guy earlier, but he didn't even see me, what with the fog and all. Guy just ignored me and walked off. I know it wasn't personal, but it kinda hurt. Damn fog, hurry up and go away. Well, this part of the investigation has been freaking worthless. Whoa. People, stop loading late. Hey, listen to this. Rosette came and spoke to me. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I asked for her autograph and what type of guy she's into. Anyway, what do you want? I'm sure you can see how busy I am. Didn't they capture the suspect but a little in that case? Are you done asking questions? Good. Now go away. I'm very busy talking to Rosette right now. Man, you better watch out.
I've been asking around about Teddy, too. I'm surprised how many people can actually remember him. They're like, oh yeah, and the bear suit from Yunez. But no one's seen him yesterday or today. He's loved by so many different people. Where the heck could he have gone?
I don't know. I'm sure we'll find out. I put him on the side of the video to help us search. Oh, hey, Chie. What are you doing? You're not helping. Why aren't you asking people? Even if someone's been killed, everybody just forgets it so easily. But the rumors they hear from friends and TV remember from a long time ago, why's that? It's been a while since the first two incidents. Do you think we'll find anyone who still remembers them? I hope so. Otherwise, this is a big waste of time.
This fog sure is dark and creepy, isn't it? Oh, you have a question for me?
About those murders.
A little while ago, they said the suspect's been caught. It was in the newspaper. It was that Nanatame-san, right? I remember seeing him around from time to time. Oh, how horrible. It really does frighten me. I don't recall any other strange people, so I'm sure he's the culprit.
Perhaps I will.
The fog isn't clearing, even though a year's almost over. It's deplorable. It'll be so cold on New Year's that they'll never be happy. What do you want? I can't remember something from that long ago.
Well, you are no help, sir. No, talk to the person. Right there.
Since all I hear from everyone is poison, poison, I got kind of freaked out, too. I wonder where I can buy a gas mask. I need to get one. Everyone else has one already.
I can't even ask you about the murders. What about you, Mr. Teacher Man?
It's me. Do you recognize me? Why am I outside? When I'm at home, I just see more news about the murders. I thought I'd stay here and watch the sunset. Of course I'm going to watch TV when I go home anyway. Even then, I can't see the sunset because of all this fog. Oh, I hate it. So depressing. You have a question?
About those murders.
Come on, don't make me even more depressed. They said on the news that the suspect had been caught.
So the whole thing's over now, right? What else is there? Wait, I had an option to ask you about anyone suspicious.
It's a small town. If there was anyone suspicious, there'd be rumors going all over. At least I haven't heard of any news or rumors like that, so I'd say there's no such person.
Does that mean I have to go back and ask everyone about suspicious people now? Ugh. Well, what about... I could even ask her. I'll try again. Never know. Nope, cannot ask her. So I have to ask everyone if they've seen people suspicious. Do I need to ask them? Nope, okay. So my allies are not the people to help with this. Hi, businessman.
No, I don't think I've seen any suspicious people. Except for you, who's interrupting my conversation with Rosette.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm not going to remember their voices when I go back. I don't even remember the voice I just used for people. I'm a throwaway voice actor. Oh, that's Kanji. Don't care about you, Kanji. What about you? Yeah, Yunez. That's it. No one's seen anyone. Well, this has been a big wash. Let's check. I guess I'll check the entry part of Yunez, and then I'll go to the Samigawa floodplain.
The incident last spring? I don't remember anything that long ago. I'm going to be studying for college entrance exams next year, so I've got no room for useless information like that. Suspicious person? Now that you mention it, my friend was saying she saw someone. I think she was just wandering around the Stockholm district, so why don't you ask her?
I already asked everyone. Let me out! Crazy thing. Well, now I know I can find someone in the shopping district, so let me jump back there. Now that I've confirmed that you know something, maybe you'll tell me something. I'm assuming it's this person right at the front. Because they're the same age.
You remember Saki Kunishi, don't you? You know, she passed away a while ago. She told me that Nanatame person came to her one day and started spouting all this craziness. Something about the TV? I wonder what that was all about. His relation to Saki? Hey, I don't know what you're implying, but you've got it all wrong. Saki was a good girl. It's just that people misunderstood her.
Okay, so figured that out. We kind of knew that already, though, so hopefully there's someone in the floodplain that remembers something. That's what I'm hoping, anyway.
It's you. Fog's pretty thick today. I got on walks and I can hardly recognize my surroundings. Pretty sad, ain't it? But hey, thanks for stopping to talk to me. I'd like to ask something of you.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, well, whatever. If I find one, I'll give it to you. A modest lamp. I guess I can't talk to you. Hi, old man.
My daughter was in an accident. On top of that, it was a hit and run. No one could tell what kind of car it was because of all the fog. This is horrible. Thank you, she wasn't hurt too bad. But she was alright, wasn't she? That fog is dangerous. I need to start letting everyone know.
God dang, let me ask you about murders. What about you? The fog isn't clearing up, is it? Isn't that kind of a little strange? My wife's all business as usual, but I'm a little worried. By the way, you need anything? About those murders. I'm sorry. All I remember is something happened. I know it was pretty shocking, but all I can say, a lot of time's passed. We've had a lot of people come into our store, but I can't say anyone was particularly suspicious. Wait, no, that's a bench. I cannot ask the bench questions. Hi, kitty! I mean, I don't have to feed this crazy cat.
Do you need something? Now that you mention it, this town was on a buzz last spring. You remember that, don't you? Have I seen a strange person? I don't know.
Out in the country, if there was anyone strange walking around, everyone would know about it pretty quick.
Well, that is not very helpful. All of you people have failed me. Inaba, you have failed me. I am joining Junes' side.
I'm seriously pooped. This stuff's a lot harder when you don't have a badge to flash. I walked around all day and didn't hear anything good.
Did you once have a badge to flash so you can compare?
It was the same for me. There was absolutely no talk about the case whatsoever, let alone the true culprit. Ditto for me. Actually, in my case, I kept getting bombarded with questions and couldn't get them onto the main subject at all. The killer must be pretty good to have pulled this off without being seen by anyone in this small town.
What should we do?
Well, one steak bowl, please.
That's not what I meant. But then again, I guess we might as well take a break. I'll have a crab and egg fried rice.
I'll have roast pork ramen with extra noodles.
Oh, I don't get to order?
Now that our tummies are full, let's share what we learned, even if it wasn't much.
And we found absolutely nothing.
So, to sum up, there really was no new information. The end?
The police had an unusually large number of officers in their initial investigation of the first two incidents. To find facts that even they overlooked would be difficult indeed, now that over half a year has passed. There wasn't a single report of suspicious persons being witnessed to begin with. Miss Yamano had ardent fans, whereas Saki-san didn't, but otherwise the conditions are the same.
You know, every time I tried to ask about the case, everyone ignored me and kept ranting about the damn fog.
Yeah, that or the Midnight Channel. I asked around about Teddy too, but no one's seen him. Gee, I wonder where he could have gone.
Do you have anything, Naoto? Any new, deductions?
Without any new data to work with, there isn't much I can do. But there must be someone in town who meets all the criteria for this case. The killer must have a connection to both Saki-san and Miss Yamano, as well as be in a position to observe our actions periodically to some extent. Finally, it must be someone who could approach Senpai's house without arousing suspicion.
Oh, because of the letter drop-off.
I need some fresh air before I give it more thought. I'll be outside.
So someone connected to Yamano, Saki, me. Oh, a moment with Naoto.
It's snowing. No wonder it's chilly.
It's freezing out here. Maybe this'll help clear my head and get my deductive muscles flexing. Hey, is it snowing? Too bad the fog's so thick. The snow just gets lost in it.
Put your glasses on.
What's the matter?
Okay, culprit had some sort of connection, yeah, with those two. And he knows about the other side. And they also knew what Nanatame was doing. Well, okay, let's just think about this logically. Yosuke had no connection to... He had a connection to Saki, he didn't have any connection to the announcer. Chie had no connection to really either of them. Same with Yukiko, she didn't know about either of them. Not to mention, Yukiko especially doesn't make any sense, because Yukiko was the first one abducted. If Yukiko was setting everything up, there's no way that she would have put herself on the Midnight Channel and hoped that Nanatame would abduct her. I mean, anyone, the later ones maybe, but Yukiko, whoever the culprit was, wouldn't have known. Teddy, absolutely not. Teddy was still in the other world. He didn't come through until way later. And, you know, people were somewhat familiar with him once he came through, but it doesn't make any sense now. Kanji... No, because Kanji stuck out like a sore thumb. Kanji would always, you know, people were always noticing Kanji and suspicious of Kanji wherever he went. Risei did not come back to this town until halfway after all this stuff was going on. And plus, again, just like Kanji, everyone would be like, oh my god, it was Rosette! Naoto, same thing. Naoto was called in after the investigation was already begun, and would have been a stranger initially, and everyone talked about her when she showed up too. Ryotaro, absolutely, there's no possible way. He would never, ever, 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 ever have hurt his daughter. And similarly, Nanako... Nanako could have gotten to my house without everyone knowing, but Nanako certainly would not have been able to overpower and, you know, shove people into TVs. So, definitely don't believe that one. Adachi's a freaking moron. And really, I don't know what connection she would have ever had. She did talk to Saki, but she didn't know the announcer chick, really. Nanatame, no, this would be completely pointless if Nanatame did it. Mayumi Yamano. Saki's an interesting idea. It's definitely not Mitsuru, but Mayumi Yamano, there was no real animosity, and the affair angle doesn't really pan out, they said, so that wouldn't make any sense. Saki is interesting. Did she end up getting herself killed? But no, I mean, the entire idea here is that whoever is the Midnight Channel is some sort of early warning system about who's going to be targeted next. And the fact that the Midnight Channel keeps going basically knocks these two out. I don't know who any of these people are. Mitsuru Hayaragi? Oh, that's the teacher. That teacher didn't really show up until halfway through. I don't know who those are. No. Wow. So that's okay. So let's go through the people that I didn't outright. Okay, Adachi. Let's consider this, because this is metagaming. I fully admit this is metagaming, and I'm kind of sorry about it. But I cannot see the game giving me the option to do a social link with someone who is going to eventually become a murderer. Because for me to get that close to them and not see this would be a little bit of a letdown. So, Adachi. Let's consider this. He actually, because of the whole affair thing, and that blew up, he did kind of know that announcer lady, and he definitely knew Saki. He could have come to my house without anyone being suspicious because he was Dojima's partner. So the only real question is he in a position to see what's going on in the other world? That's kind of a red herring, though, because we have no idea who knows about that, so that could theoretically be any of them. So he actually fits everything, but he's still a moron. So, Yamano. Well, she was the very first one killed, so there's absolutely no way she killed Saki, and I already eliminated Saki because it doesn't make sense for the person to already be dead. Moroka, same thing. It doesn't make sense for the person to already be dead, so it's none of them. Mitsuru Hayaragi. I don't know who that is. That's the teacher. She came in halfway through. I'm assuming these are some of the teachers at school? They're possible, but they haven't really been prominent in the plot. I have no way of knowing. I don't think either of them. They had a connection to Saki. They didn't have a connection to the announcer. And none of the teachers have ever visited my house. And yeah, these three are all social links. They could have all visited my house, but again, they had no connection with Miss Yamano. And these three are all social links, I think. I don't remember who Naoki is. Konishi. I don't remember who that is. So yeah, I think these are all social links, so I'm going to have to actually say Adachi. Adachi's the only one that actually doesn't be eliminated. Yeah, I mean, anyone could have kept an eye on our actions if we don't really understand the Midnight Channel. Yeah, he could have come.
Huh? What about him?
Detective Adachi. A member of the police force. That is an interesting approach. It would certainly explain the lack of witness reports. It's the same reason no one ever reported seeing Namatame's truck.
Hey, that is right. When I said there's what could move around town without anyone being suspicious, my initial guess was a police car.
This is a small town, so everyone must have known who he is. And since he's a detective, people definitely wouldn't have thought of him as being suspicious.
In fact, he could use his position to his advantage and hide critical information.
Huh. Well, if you think of it that way, I guess it's possible. But we're talking about Adachi here, right?
Yeah, he is kind of a moron.
I mean, really? Adachi? He's your textbook lousy detective. Are we really on the right track here?
Actually, regarding Detective Adachi, I'm not sure how to put it, but there's
Oh,
something
really?
that's been bothering me about him for some time now.
I was only guessing that because I didn't know who... I had eliminated him and a bunch of people who I weren't really sure who they were. So I put him forward first. I didn't actually think he was really him.
Perhaps it's just my imagination, so I shouldn't speak too...
It's cold. I think we've cooled down enough here. Let's go back in.
Could it actually be Adachi?
Adachi-san? That can't be. I mean, he said he came to escort Miss Yamano and...
Oh, he did? I didn't know that.
What? Was he at your inn when the announcer was staying there?
When Miss Yamano was staying at our inn, the media were swarming all over it. That's when Adachi-san arrived, saying he'd been assigned to guard her. He told our waitress that fame could be rough.
Hold on. The, first day he was a detective was after Miss Yamano was murdered.
Guard her? He didn't spend the night there?
Huh. I wonder if he knew Ms. Yamano.
I don't know about that, but I heard he did call out to a girl in my class. I found out this afternoon. But I thought, that's just how cops are. So I didn't think it had anything to do with the case.
Wow.
Detective Adachi also questioned Saki-san, the one who found the announcer's body, on numerous occasions. I heard it was because there was so little information about the case at the time, but it's certainly unusual to question someone with as strong an alibi as hers multiple times.
Then you think he had something else on his mind?
And that something is what connects those two victims to Adachi-san? Come to think of it, we've been running into that guy a lot, in all sorts of places. And every time he'd tell us what the police were doing before saying, "Oops, I said too much," and clamming up. Was that all that threw us off the trail?
It would be no problem for him to drop that warning letter into your mailbox either. Not to mention the fact that he can destroy any evidence that might point to him.
Did I actually get it right?
Is it really Adachi-san?
I'm not going to say it's him, alright, but we need to confirm this.
This is still only a tentative theory. We should work to confirm it as soon as possible. This is Naoto Shirogane.
That reminds me, yes. Why in the world did Adachi call me to the hospital instead of the hospital staff?
Something has occurred to me about the case, and I'd like to get Detective Adachi's input on it. Huh? The transport? It's right now? Right, I see. Thank you.
What was that about a transport?
Detective Adachi is headed to the hospital to prepare for Namatame's relocation. We must head there at once.
I do have to say, not to toot my own horn, but I'm surprised with all of those options that I got it right the first time. Assuming this is right still, then we could have this whole thing set up in, like, for it being backwards.